If you're interested in learning more about American liberty through the context of American history, go to patriotpost.us, sign up, and download your free copy of the Patriots Primer on American Liberty through the link in the description box below. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about certain cities like Philadelphia, maybe New York, maybe Fort Worth, Texas, adopting the policy of catch and release. Now, if you don't quite know what I'm talking about, let me explain. We all know what's happening right now with the China virus, the Wu flu, whatever you want to call it, that's wreaking havoc all over the United States. Economies are falling. People are freaking out, buying toilet paper and all kind of other BS they don't need. We'll get to that in a moment. As a result of all of what's happening, people not really being able to be outside and trying to reduce the spread of the virus, some cities are saying we're not going to keep certain offenders in jail. If you are deemed as a quote unquote nonviolent offender, you may just be caught doing whatever you're doing and then let back out into the public. Let's talk about Philadelphia specifically because I have more information about this case in particular. Now, if you are caught stealing a car, stealing from a house, like burglarizing a home or a business, if you're caught engaging in prostitution, anything that is deemed as quote unquote nonviolent, you'll get arrested, but you'll get released back out into the population. And then you are going to be rearrested later. That's what they're saying. I mean, if I'm a criminal and I'm out there just doing whatever I'm doing and they say, hey, you can pretty much do whatever you want and not get locked up, you get temporarily detained and then released. I'm going to do whatever I'm not going to be thinking about getting rearrested later. Why does it even matter? Okay, I got what I needed. I'm good. Oh, well. And then a lot of guys, quite frankly, are not going to be caught because I feel like the police presence in general will be lower. You know, you got police officers calling out sick. Some of them have caught the coronavirus, so they want to protect themselves. They want to protect their family. So you're going to have less police presence, which means less ability to catch these guys in the act. And people know that. These criminals, a lot of them are kind of silly. You've seen the show, The World's Dumbest Criminals, but a lot of these guys are very smart and very cunning, at least in what they do. They know how to not get caught, and they know how to manipulate the legal system. They understand if they get caught doing a thing, which is not necessarily going to be a high chance of that happening, but if they do get caught, then they're going to be released and they're going to be good. They'll probably just leave Philly if it's going to be some kind of big charge on their back when they get rearrested. So it's simple. And then you're going to have other guys that come from other parts of the state and the country, quite frankly, that travel to Philly, Dallas, Fort Worth, maybe even New York City to commit crimes and then go back to wherever they came from. That's kind of how that works. And are you really going to extradite somebody from North Carolina back to New York for a burglary or auto theft? Are you really going to do that? Especially when you have a lot of other things happening, the coronavirus, the homeless situation going on right now in New York, the opioid crisis. You got all those things happening. Are you really going to go to BFE somewhere in the Midwest to extradite somebody on a small ticky-tack charge? I doubt it. What's going to happen here is crime is just going to jump up. That's just the reality of the situation. I'm not a fan of it. You know, the economy is already dipping because of what the government has said. Oh, we're going to make you leave your bar, leave your restaurant. And by the way, this is crazy how in Philly, I think also in New York, well, definitely in New York, you can be arrested for opening your restaurant. Okay, because New York, they closed down all the restaurants on Times Square, like 21,000 spots, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But they've shut all those spots down. If you're caught opening your spot, you can be arrested. Maybe you actually get locked up. But if you are stealing from that same place, you may not get treated with as much of a level of importance. Okay, all they're just stealing is no big deal. But if you open in a restaurant, oh man, this is crazy. Public health, arrest this man. This is ridiculous. You should be able to open your own business, that you pay for, that you pay taxes on, that you pay the payroll for, that you own, right? Versus a guy or girl or whatever gender they want to identify as coming into your business and stealing from you. Okay, I think one of those people should have a greater level of respect given to them by the government. But the world we're living in right now, I don't really know which way is up, which way is down. So that is pretty much out of the window. Everybody's a criminal, but at the same time, nobody is, because anybody really going to get locked up when they deserve to be. I think what's happening right here may have been predicted by some, because we've seen them run on gun stores, even in California, lying down the block at the gun store. You go inside these spots, shelves are empty, no more guns. Not because, they didn't ship enough or didn't have enough supply or it was a shortage of guns. Nah, people are understanding the fact that the police may not be there to protect them. Okay, they understand the fact that they've been buying a bunch of stuff and bringing it into their home, and people are observing them. All right, a lot of Americans, a lot of people in general are not really cognizant of their surroundings. I am. Okay, people putting out like Christmas time, they're putting out boxes in front of their house with exactly what they got on the box. People, number one, saw you bring the box into their house, and number two, if they didn't see you bring the box into their house, or maybe both, they see it outside of your house. So, okay, they got the new Xbox, they got the new PlayStation, they got an iPhone 11. Let me go ahead and get that while they are at work, where the car's now out in front. People observe you. They see your mailbox spilling over. That means you ain't been home in a long time. Even though your car's outside, they're going to go in your house and they're going to take whatever you got. And the rules that are on the books right now in some of these cities, or at least the ordinances, the policy, or whatever you want to call it, mean that they're not really going to get arrested, or they're not going to get locked up as a result of that. If they do get caught, which they probably won't, they're mostly going to get is a future court date and sent out on the street. And they'll say, promise to come back. You be like, yeah, I promise to come back. And then you skip town to Florida or to California or somewhere else far away, so they can't even get you, even if they wanted to. Personally, I have my guns, I have my ammo, I'm good money. I'm less worried about food, and I'm more worried about being able to protect myself physically, because if the police ain't going to be there, which ain't the case of where I'm at. Where I am, the police are cool. I know them, they know me. We're good. They got my back and I got my own back. The police, at least where I am over here in Tennessee, they'll tell you, get your gun, get your ammunition, protect yourself. We got your back. We know who you are. We're going to help you any kind of way we can, but you protect yourself. So I already have my weapons and my ammunition, so I'm straight. If you do not have weapons or ammunition, I suggest getting it as soon as possible. Hopefully the gun store where you are is stocked up enough to get something. I mean, if you got to get one of them little 22 long rifles from Walmart, get that. Get a shotgun, get something. A 22 pistol is better than having no weapon at all. I have guns, knives, spray, whatever you want. I got all that. I'm less worried about food because I know people don't shop properly. If the store is open, I'm going to be able to get what I need. Okay, I can get my beans and rice and I'm straight. Water, I mean, I can boil water. I have methods of being able to boil. I got pots and kettles to boil the water, and I got bottled water too, and I got a Brita filter, so I'm straight on that. But that's what you really need. People buying toilet paper and stuff like that. That's ridiculous. Some of these guys that are out here, some of the wolves that are out here that have guns and they're irresponsible, they'll come to your house and take whatever you got. They saw you bring in 1,000 rolls of Charmin, so when they run out and they want some, they come to your house and get it. They'll go shopping at your house. Okay, if you are not prepared to defend yourself, they're going to do that. So I guess the moral of the story here is protect yourself, because as we've seen in the case of Philadelphia and many other cities, they're not going to really do anything about these guys that are going to come and burglarize, steal. Like, you could have a car stolen, whatever. They're not going to lock them up. They'll let them right back on that street to do the same thing over and over again. And like I said, a lot of times these guys are very cunning. They understand how to not get caught. So this is no more than an incentive for them to go out there and do what they already were going to do, because they know if they do get caught, which is a low chance of that happening due to less police being out there, and because they're pretty good at what they do, they're going to get sent right back out on the street, and then they'll flee somewhere where they can't be found. That's how that's going to work. So you got to protect yourself during this time of the virus spreading around. The hygiene and everything, that's one thing. That's good. Keep that all the time, regardless. But be on the extra level of alert physically to protect yourself, because we see that the police aren't really going to be able to help you that much. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about these policies of law enforcement not being able to lock people up that get caught red-handed doing certain crimes? Prostitution, auto theft, home invasion, not home invasion, but home burglary. Home invasion is when you're at the house and they tie you up, that kind of thing. Burglary, when you just happen to be stepping out to the grocery store, or you happen to go to work, or you're just not at home for whatever the reason may be, and then they come into your house, take all of what you got. They get caught red-handed. You had them on the Ring camera, and then they get arrested. They are detained for a few hours, and they get sent right back out there on the street to come right back to where you live to do the same thing over and over again. They'll try to treat your house as a grocery store. Is that what you want? I don't think so. Protect yourself, not just for right now during the virus kerfuffle, but all the time. Be able to protect yourself to a high level. You never know what's going to happen. Be prepared. But whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.